Well, hello, my YouTube friend. This morning, I just realized that after owning this knife for, I would say, 3 weeks now, I just realized that I haven't made a review on YouTube about it, and that's quite uncanny because whenever I get a knife recently, I am so excited that you can expect me to do the review almost the very same day. I don't know, maybe I was more focused on carrying that knife, cutting with it, playing with it than doing the video. I don't know. Or maybe it is also because I used to own a previous Nirvana and I already made a video about the knife itself. So I don't know. Maybe all those reasons combined made it for me to I don't know, to have this remiss about that video. But I honestly think that this video deserves. I mean, this knife deserves its own video. Maybe because of new rants, and because of the knife itself. Yeah, since I am who I am, let's start with the rants. We we get knives through different channels, as custom collectors, custom knife collectors, or even, regular traditional and production knife collector, whatever collector. We get knives through different channels. More specifically, for custom, we can get them through dealers, through deals with other collectors. And also, luckily sometimes for the savings, and also because you get to choose whatever you want, you can get them through directly through the maker. And this is probably one of the best way for me to get a knife. Not only because of the savings, that's a plus, but because, again, like I said, you get to choose exactly the knife that you want, the design that you want, the finish that you want, and that's what happened with that knife. Also, something that I like when you get a knife from a maker is when you get to have some relation and respect the men. Not that I disrespect the others, but when you have like a friendly relation with the maker, that's a plus. Also, of course, and also that's what happens with that knife. I mean, I really have some kind of relation with Peter that I appreciate. I met him at several shows. We discuss on Instagram. I really like the man as, I hate to say a friend, but we have a really, really nice relation. So that's definitely a plus. Then, when you get to have a knife that also you can carry on yourself, not a dressy piece that you're going to put, in a show place like that, wow, and not use it, not carrying it. The fact that it's an EDC that you like, it's even better. And as I told you, this one is truly one of the top 5 design EDC I've ever owned, experienced. I can't think of a better, I can't think of equal EDC as good as EDCs, but better than that, I don't think so. So that's also definitely a plus. And then, when that very EDC has some dressy accents, as you can have here with the colors here in zirconium, with the clip in San Mai 6K core, with the blade, of course, which is the big piece of the cake, in San Mai 6K core, which is a very rare material, but we're going to discuss about that in the review. That's the icing on the cake, my friend, the icing on the cake. So I'm really overjoyed to own that knife. So now, maybe after over 3.5 minutes of rant, maybe we're going to start the review. A couple of words about Peter. I don't know what I said in my previous video. I have no recollection of that. But whatever. Peter is a custom knife maker from Canada. So he does several designs like this one and the Snafu, maybe 2 of his, and the Druid. I would say 3 of his most acclaimed design, but to me the Nirvana is at the top. I mean, nothing beats the Nirvana. And he even made a collaboration with Spyderco, and probably the best Spyderco. They even did it in Integral. So yeah, maybe one, and quite expensive to say the least, for Spyderco. But here, yeah, Peter is that kind of custom maker with those designs. I don't know what I'm saying. Whatever. So he makes, I don't know, quite a few knives over the year, and if you're lucky, you can get them through Instagram, or he makes some kind of first come first serve once in a while. Sometimes he does auction, but being in his books is kind of difficult, and you can expect to wait quite a while to have your name popping. That's why I'm really happy that mine eventually popped. So what do we have here? A custom Nirvana, just as I wanted it to be. So integral, of course. So yeah, Peter, I was going to say Peter, his signature, not only design, but this design, I've talked about them, but the signature built, I was going to say, is the precision integrals. So yeah, I mean, no one comes to my channel by accident, so I'm not going to extend speaking about integral. Yeah, he's mainly acclaimed for that. Of course, you have other makers like Scott Cook, like Raymond, like, I don't know, even Gus Cecchini. They do integral, but that's really honestly Peter's signature to do like precision integral. Always. You cannot have like slabs of titanium with him with screws. No, you're going to have integral from him. And man, does his perfection his integrals like crazy. Check that. I mean, check the contouring, the extreme contouring that you have here. Look at that. I mean, man, that groove here, the contouring that you have, even, it's not, as you can see here, it's thinner here than here. So you have a kind of convexity here. It's not really a flat side that you're going to have here. The contouring that you have on the edges, look at that. I mean, it's absolutely silly. And check those tolerances here. Insane. Very nice contouring. I mean, I'm going to try to focus. You see that here, it's really a dramatic contour that you have here. The edges, you got those dimples. Very nice finish. Dimples on the back too. Nice hole for those of you who like to put some lanyard hole. Extremely well contoured. I absolutely adore that finish. Of course, it's CNC, but I'm not gonna go back to that kind of a sterile discussion. To me, that's a 100% custom knife. I mean, he's using the CNC, he's using the machine, and to get that, I mean, it's done by his own hand. I mean, the machine is just something that helps him get to that finish. So very nice work on the handle, and look at those tolerances. I mean, for an integral, it's silly. Look at that. I mean, the blade is almost touching here at this point and this point. The tolerances are absolutely insane on that knife. Now the action, it's smooth as butter. Really, honestly, look at that. No noise whatsoever. It's really smooth. The action on this one, the detent is fair. Peter didn't want to put a stronger detent, first of all because it's a hole opening, and then because it's a Damascus. And what he told me, it's good also to speak with the maker, because we have some point of view and they have their own, and most importantly, they have the reason why sometimes they do something. So this detent is good. You see, it won't open by accident, but if you flick it hard enough, it will open. So that's a fair detent, and like I told you, for a thumb opening, it's good because you can deploy it smoothly like that. You can also flick it, and like I told you, it won't open by accident, for sure. Okay, but it could be stronger, but he didn't want that was done on purpose because of the Damascus, and the bolt of the detent wears highly the Damascus when it's too strong. So that's done on purpose. Look at the centering here. Oh, speaking about centering, because the time is running, let's talk about the centering, and that's one of the thing that I like the most on this knife is, because it was not expected, it's the centering of the San Mai. So that's 6K core, okay? And that's literally one of the most centered San Mai that I've ever seen. So you all know what San Mai is. You have basically a layer of a strong, I mean, when I say strong, the layer in the middle, it's supposed to cut well. So basically, you want to have something that will cut well, that you won't have to, to sharpen too often, and that is a strong metal, okay? And then for the resistance, you need a softer metal. So Don't get me wrong. I mean, the 6K is really soft material, okay, but it holds an edge like nothing. You don't have to resharpen it, and that's one of the best metal you can expect to cut, to slice, not to beton or to use it for hardware, because that would break for sure. But it's really a nice steel for the edge. That's insane for that. That's why I like this material. Then for the strength, of the knife, the idea of the San Mai that was developed from, I mean, like centuries before Christ, by the Japanese. The idea was to have softer material, like a sandwich, with softer material for the strength of the blade. So here we have 6K and a nice Damascus as 2 layers of Damascus, and I absolutely adore that steel. And what I was gonna say is that the centering, usually, when you put a core like that, it's totally erratic. Sometimes, most of the time, the pattern is gonna be random. You're gonna have some pieces of the Damascus going on the edge, which defies the purpose of the San Mai. Basically, you want to have, like I said, the core, which is the place where you're gonna cut with it. So whenever you have some Damascus coming here on the core, it defies the purpose of the San Mai. So that's why on this one it's absolutely perfect. Look at that. The centering is so well done that all the edge is purely, especially on this side, but both sides are the same. All the edge is the 6K. Look at the spine here. It's almost a line perfectly done in the middle. But look at that. Look in the hole, inside the hole. You're going to see here, perfectly in the middle, you're going to see that you have the core. If you do the turnaround, you see like a ring. Like a ring with the core in the middle. Nothing is uneven there. Also, you have this evenness on the clip. Look at that. On the side of the clip, you see here, I'm going to focus, you see the line, perfectly aligned of the core. Insane. So that's not Peter's doing. I mean, it's just a randomness, but on a good randomness. On this one, the centering of the core was absolutely perfectly done. And 6K core is really hard to find. First of all, 6K, it's a really difficult material to get, and Peter probably has the remaining 6K existing. Hopefully Chad Nichols will do some more, because that's extremely hard to get, and that's why I want it on that knife. Actually, if I sold the other, it's because I knew that I was going to get this one from Peter, and I knew that I wanted specifically some San Mai, and specifically 6K core, also because the core happens to be satin. Of course, you can get satin with XHP2 and some other metal, but the most contrast that you're going to get, the true like satin finish like you can get here, you're going to get it with the armor core, but the armor core is not as good as 6K and 6K core. Those you're going to get like satin finish. The others you need to master well the process, like Frank Fisher, for example, to get a very nice satin with the XHP, for example. So yeah, I wanted that material and I got it, and I had the extreme pleasure to have a perfectly aligned San Mai. Now, the action, as I told you, is perfect. Look at this engagement. It's rock solid. No movement whatsoever, as you can expect from Peter. Smooth as hell. Perfectly centered. The detent, you hear it. It's a positive detent. I mean, hear that. Boom. I don't know what wrong can I say about that knife. It has everything that you need. You may think that it's long, and it is actually. It's a 4-inch blade and maybe close to 9-inch overall length. But with the slickness, because of the extreme contouring, because it's a thin knife, because of also it's an integral, and of course integral, you're more likely to have thinner material on the handle than if you put like 2 slabs with screws and stuff like that, So that is a long knife, and with the trend of the day, I like more smaller knives. I don't care about the trend, but it's the trend. That's what I like the most lately. So it could seem to be difficult to carry in the pocket, but be sure that it's something that I don't even feel in the pocket, because it's sleek and it carries perfectly well. So that's a perfect EDC with some really nice features that I wanted to have badly, and yeah, this will stay with me forever because it was done for me with exactly my wishes, and that's the best thing that I could expect, my friends. I get to have a knife from a friend with the design that I like, one of the design that I like the most, with the material that I like the most, very rare one. So yeah, I'm happy with that one, and I truly hope that you get the chance to own something like that. Yeah, that's exactly what I hope for every one of you. And we are heading to the 15 minutes. Bye bye, my friend. It was a pleasure. Ha!